going with. Good morning, ladies. Hope you enjoy our silly little warm-up moves. We're getting a little crazy here Friday, dance party. Hope you're doing well. Let's start with a good morning stretch. Hip hinge. Hips are back. Back is nice and flat. Feeling that nice hamstring stretch. Dropping the hips and coming up, reaching up on the toes for that calf stretch. All right. Nice. So pushing the hips back nice and flat. Feeling the hamstring stretch. Make sure those knees are soft. Dropping the hips and reaching up nice and tall. Good. We lost our music. Gotta keep that music.
Oh yeah.
Keep it on that scissor station. There we go. Nice. So leading with that chest as you push those hips back. Feeling that hamstring stretch. Dropping the hips up nice and tall. Good. Let's do two more. Excellent. Reach. Last one. And reach. Nice. All right. Lifting one leg up. A little glute and hip activation there as we're balancing on one leg and then just letting those arms swing side to side. Woo! I got my heart rate up a little bit there. Great. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Chest is up.
Begin
Nice and
set
tall.
one.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Begin set one. We're starting. Okay. We're starting. I'm going to have you grab some weights. And we're going to start with a sumo squat, all right? Feet are wide outside the hip, pushing the knees apart. Emphasizing here inner thigh, glute, and quad. Now, weights if you like. Let's go ahead and do a little isometric biceps hold here. Shoulders down, chest is open.
Stop exercise.
It's like I'm going up and down between two panes of glass. So unlike a regular squat where you're pushing the butt back, sumo squat, you're pushing your knees apart. Take a quick break. All right, resetting, feet outside the hips, pointed out, knees
Begin set
pushed
two.
out. Let's go ahead and add a little curl here now, dynamic curl. So elbows are always staying pinned to the sides. And on that coming up, I don't want you coming out to a locked leg, okay? So you're always keeping tension in the legs here, coming up just a little bit. If you're doing the curl, try to get full range of motion. Raise your exhale. Great. Chest is open, shoulders are down. Nice.
Stop exercise.
And great. Take a break. Shake those legs out. All right, we're going to hold one isometric and do the other one dynamically curling if you're doing that curl. If you're able to stay low in the squat, make it more of a pulse. If your knees are good, I want you to go as low as you can. Knees allowing. And if your knees hurt at all, come up a little higher, okay? But again, you're focusing on pushing those knees apart. Inner thigh, glutes working, quads working. And if you can stay a little lower here, make it a small pulse, okay? Thinking about core engagement, shoulders down, chest open, breathing really good. Notice my hands are right in front of my elbows on this curl. A lot of times people want to do this. I want to make sure the hands are right in front of the elbows. We're going to go to set number 4. Same thing. Other arm, or my right arm in this case, is isometric.
Begin set 4.
Staying nice and low if you can. Woo! Kind of just sitting deep in those sits bones there. Good. Keeping the core engaged. Concentrating. Well done, ladies. Woo! I don't need this break. Backing off just a little bit if you feel it in your knees. Otherwise, if you can stay nice and low here. Woo! Working the biceps.
Stop
If you've got those
exercise
weights.
and switch to the next station.
All right. We're going to go to a bent over row. I'm going to do it on the bench. If you've got a sofa or a bench, I invite you to join me on that. If you do not and you'd like to do a standing row, You're gonna do it here like this, okay?
Begin set 1.
All right, if you're on a bench or sofa, shoulder over the wrist, back nice and flat, pulling right into that armpit, slowly lowering. So we're focusing on the upper back here, postural muscles, making sure you're not dropping the shoulder all the way down. Those shoulders stay square the whole time. Back stays flat the whole time. There's your exhale. Great.
Stop exercise.
Now I'm going to stay on this side. There's our break. If your weight isn't terribly heavy, I want to invite you to stay on the same side with me. If your shoulders are good, I invite you to stay on the same side. If you'd like to switch, perfectly fine.
Begin
I'm going to
set
go through
2.
here, because these are some strong muscles, and my weight isn't terribly heavy. So I'm going to continue through. So you do what's best for you. Continuing through if the weight isn't terribly heavy. But I don't want you to compromise that form. I want the shoulders to be square, back to stay flat, head and neck neutral. Driving into that armpit as you exhale, slowly lowering. Great. Right in the armpit.
Stop exercise.
Well done. We're going to switch sides, shaking those arms out. Woo. All right, this time my right arm is straight, shoulder over the wrist. Left arm working arm, shoulder square,
Begin set
back
3.
flat. Slowly lower it. Nice. Upper back postural muscles, really important for keeping that posture, to keep that upper back strong. So we prevent any rounding as we get older. Slow lower.
Stop exercise.
All right, there's our break. Please take a quick break if you need it. I'm going to keep going. Again, my weight isn't terribly heavy, so do what's best for you. Quick break if you need it. If you feel like the weight is not feeling challenging, I want you to keep going until it does feel
Begin
challenging.
set 4.
Make sure you're breathing. Make sure your head and neck is in that neutral position. Slowly lower. Nice, ladies. Slowly lowering, resisting gravity on that lowering.
Stop exercise and
Nice
switch
work,
to the
ladies.
next
All right.
station.
We're going to do a standing band exercise. If it is too much for you to stand with the band, you can do one of two things. You can stand without the band and do our reach balance exercise, or you can do a seated band clamshell with
Begin
this
set 1.
over your knees, pushing the band out. Okay, so you have two options, alternative to our standing band. All right, I'm going to stand on my left leg, knee is soft, abs pulled in. I'm going to go forward, side, and back, okay? Now notice my torso is not moving, okay? We also do this holding on if you need a little more support. We are working the legs here, keeping that core engaged. Of course, you're working on your balance. Front, side, back. Let's do one more. Front, side, back. Okay, switching sides. Making sure again that standing leg is not locked out.
Begin set 2.
This time I'm on my right leg, knee is soft, core engaged, chest high, front, side, back. Good. Again, notice my torso is not moving. Focusing on a spot in front of you, something that is not moving to maintain that balance. And breathing. Great. Hip and glute on that side, glute on the back, little quad on the front, So working all kinds of leg and hip muscles
Exercise.
here. Let's do one more. Front, side, back. Great. Stretch it out, shake it out. All right. We're going to do that same thing with a pulse. We're going to have a pulse this time. Back to the left leg.
Begin set 3.
Core engaged. Here we go. Forward, pulse, side, pulse, back, pulse. Hammy, glute. We got quad here. We got the standing leg working as well, very hard. And feel free to touch down if you need to here. If it's too much and you need a little break, simply put that foot down for a moment. Right back up. Put it down. Great, ladies. Woo!
Stop exercise.
Snapping, optional. Okay, back to my right leg. Again, resetting, making sure that knee's soft, shoulders down. Last set, here we go, pulsing with the left leg now. Forward pulse, keeping the core nice and engaged.
Begin set
Side
4.
pulse, back pulse. And there's always one leg that's going to be a little more challenging. So again, touching down if you need to. Otherwise, you're keeping the tension in that band. Nice, ladies. Good concentration. Keeping the tension in that band. Standing legs soft, almost there. You're breathing throughout. Woo! Front.
Stop exercise and switch to the next station.
All right, we're going to lose our band. We're going to do a little ab balance exercise. So I'm going to grab a weight. Weight is optional. I'll show you the move. I'm going to have my right foot back, weights in front. Now, if you have a shoulder issue, you can keep the weight here. If you're able to come up, you can come up. And what you're going to do is come to the outside of that hip. And my right leg is just coming forward. So I'm going either shoulder to hip, or if you want to go a little higher, if your shoulders are good, and you can lift that leg for a drive-through. So from the front, either overhead, keep the leg down if you need to, coming outside the hip, cross the body. You can also be here
exercise.
if you have a shoulder issue, keeping the leg down. If you want more of a challenge, the leg comes up, all right? Switching sides, I'm on my right leg now. Left leg is back. Weight is either on my right shoulder
Begin set 2.
or overhead as I come outside my left hip. Option to lift that left leg up, or simply slide it forward as you come outside that left hip. Great. If you are lifting the leg, make sure the knee stays right in front of that hip and that you're crossing over turning from the waist, using those abs. Good. You can also do this without a weight. Again, modifying that range of motion if you need to, focusing on that core engagement as you go across the body. Okay? Switching sides. We'll start with my weight overhead. Coming outside my right
Begin
hip
set
again.
3.
Great. So if you've got that leg lift, working on balance as well. If you've got that weight overhead, you instantly have the core working even before you do that cross body. With that cross body, keeping the abs engaged, working those obliques, and to balance if you can. Great. Woo!
Stop exercise.
Nice, we have one more set there. Left leg is back. Resetting, shoulders down, chest up. Weight either chest level or overhead if you can. Bringing that left leg forward as you go outside that left hip.
Begin set 4.
Nice, ladies. And you may be feeling that heart rate up a little bit if you've got a weight and you're lifting that leg. Definitely getting that heart rate up. twisting from the waist, engaging that core as we do so. Nice. Woo. Good work, ladies. Right outside the hip.
Stop exercise and switch to the
Last one.
next station.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to go to a all fours bird dog here. Another core exercise, also great for stabilizing the back. If you have wrist issues and this position bothers you, you can go to
Begin set 1.
knuckle. But you want the wrists underneath the shoulders. Shoulders are down, knees underneath the hips. I'm going to extend my right leg back and left arm forward. And you can keep your leg on the ground if that's challenging enough, if you have a back issue. And if you don't, you're able to lift that leg up. You're going to lift that leg up and hold for 5 seconds. Reaching with the heel, extending that opposite arm, resetting each time, shoulders down, abs engaged.
Stop exercise.
We're going to do one more. Extend and reach and hold. Okay, I'm going to make this a little more challenging. Actually, yeah, let's make it a little more challenging in this set. We're going to go out and out, hold.
Begin set 2.
Switch sides, which looks like this. You're going to go out, underneath the body, and stand and hold, and switching sides. Now feel free to stick with the first thing we did if this is too much. But again, you're focusing on that core engagement, spinal stabilization, working that back side as you extend and really lengthen. Heel and arm, hold, switching sides.
Stop exercise.
One more. Underneath the body. Hold. Great. Coming back to the little child's pose here. I'm going to keep up in the ante a little bit, but again, feel free to stay with whichever version works for you. I'm going to do a full set on one diagonal. Now I'm reaching underneath the body and reaching. Staying on this one diagonal, which is a little more challenging. For the balance, for the core. Really lengthen on that reach. And reach. Reach. Great, ladies, back stays flat. Notice my head and neck are staying neutral with my spine.
Stop exercise.
Nice, coming back to the child's pose. Final set, I'm going to do my right arm, left leg. Reset, shoulders down, abs engaged. Here we go.
Begin set 4.
Underneath the body. Reach. Abs engaged. Working the back, working the core. Lengthening that spine. And breathing throughout. Nice, ladies. Woo, almost there.
Stop exercise and switch to the next station.
All right, I'm going to grab some weights for my next, we're going to do some bridges next with the skull crusher option, okay? So I'm going to grab some weights. Feel free to just do the bridges if that's enough.
Begin set 1.
Weights overhead. If you're doing weights, your shoulders are right underneath your wrists. You're going to slowly lower your forearms and extend up as you bridge, okay? So compound movement here. Upper arm should stay fixed. And you're really squeezing those glutes, tucking the tailbone out, nice and engaged here.
Stop exercise.
Great. All right. This next set, if you'd like to join me, I'm going to keep my hips up the whole time and just do some small pulses. Again, do what's best for you today, depending on your back, depending on how you're
Begin
feeling.
set 2.
So I'm going to do my bridge right away and hold it, everything super tight as I lower my forearms and extending up with an exhale. All right, so we got a lot going on here. We've got triceps working. We've got abs engaged. We've got glutes tight. Great, ladies, really good. Making sure that wrist stays neutral with that forearm.
Stop
So in the
exercise.
top position, the weight should be parallel to the mat, okay? Sometimes people get wristy and they tend to do this with the wrist. All right, let's take a quick break. Now, depending on your weights and if your back is good, if you feel like, gee, I'd like a little more of a
Begin
challenge,
set 3.
and then you're gonna add a single leg bridge to this, okay? And again, this is only if you feel like, I'd like a little more of a challenge here. So you're gonna hold that leg up, making sure the hips stay nice and even. Now, if your weights are feeling heavy, I do not want you doing a single leg. I never want you to compromise your form. So, making sure that that upper arm stays still. On the bridge, hips are even.
Stop
If you do
exercise.
that single leg, you're really feeling that hammy and glute on that bent leg side, switching sides, resting the legs out for just a moment. All right, resetting, tucking the pelvis, arms up.
Begin
tucking the
set
tailbone,
4.
Coming up. Option to lift that leg. Good. Upper arm stays fixed. Squeezing the glutes. Nice. Breathing. Here's your inhale. Exhale. Good. Nice work, ladies. Woo!
Stop exercise and switch to the next station.
Well done. All right, we are going to plank next. And I'm going to do a forearm plank today. I invite you, if you'd like, to do a little higher plank. If you have a shoulder issue, if you have a lower back issue, and you want to be a little raised up, please use a bench or a chair. All right? I'm going to start here with a hopefully perfect floor plank, shoulders down, chest open, squeezing the glutes, pulling the navel in, and reaching with my heels back behind me. Keep those legs working. And I'm going to start with a little forward back sawing, just because it helps for me to have something to do. So you can join me if you like, otherwise just holding that plank. Anything in the back, you're going to go down to your knees, and you can continue planking on your
Stop
knees.
exercise.
Or you can just go back into child's pose, all right? Woo. All right, set number 2. You can continue with the regular plank. Or if
Begin
you'd like
set
to,
2.
more of a challenge, I'm going to do a rotating plank. That's if your shoulders are good and you want more of a challenge. Rotating without dropping the hips. If you're continuing just doing the plank, feel free to do another variation, maybe a knee drop, a little pedaling. You can do a leg to the side. Woo! Abs engaged, glutes engaged, ladies.
Stop exercise.
Nice, coming back into child's pose. All right, set number 3. I'm going to do starting in a front plank and do a little tap out. Again, I'm just going to add some different variations if you like a little more of a challenge. All right.
Begin set 3.
Not compromising that form though. You're going to do a little tap out. Tap out, all right? Keeping that perfect plank. Woo! Nice, ladies. Breathing. Head and neck is neutral. Woo! Abs tight. Glutes tight. Woo!
Stop exercise.
All right, coming back Ladies, we have one final plank. Whatever is good for you today, I want you to do, but I want you to challenge yourself on this last set. So I'm going to do a leg lift. You can join me if you
Begin
like.
set 4.
Shoulders down, lift up and hold. Switching sides, lift up and hold. Good. Only if you need more of a challenge. Otherwise, you're keeping that plank, ladies. Final set. Challenging yourself. Abs engaged. Woo! Shoulders down, chest open. Woo! How about some donkey kicks?
Stop exercise and switch to the next station.
Great job. We got a bonus round. Good news on that. All right. Let's do a. I think I might have skipped something. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. I see that.
Begin set 1.
I think we're actually done. But since we have this bonus round, let's use it. So I'm going to have you grab a weight on one leg, shoulders down, chest up. We're going to do a stop, either both legs down, one foot in front of the other, or if you can lift one leg up. We're going to do a little circle with the weight. Core balance exercise. Woo! Now, if it's too much for you to be on one leg, again, put one foot in front of the other.
Stop.
And that should also challenge your balance. Great. Nice. Other side. Put that left leg in front or whatever leg in front that you didn't use. Abs engaged, shoulders down, chest up.
Begin
I'm
set
going to
2.
lift that leg as you do a circle here. Now with that circle, you're working the abs here. Little arm work as well, with or without weight. But with the weight, of course, it's more intense. And challenging the balance, I want you to challenge that balance. So as I look away, that's what happens. Staring at that spot in front of you, right? Nice. Woo. Touching down briefly.
Exercise.
Excellent. All right, switching legs, other foot in front. Knees are soft on this. Lifting up, lifting up right leg if you like here. Weight chest level.
Begin set 3.
Circling that way. And I'm going to actually put my heel forward so it's a little more of an inner thigh quad. And you feel free to do whatever works for you today. Any kind of leg lift is great practice on that balance. Again, keeping that core engaged with that circle. Nice. Woo! Almost there, ladies. Well done.
Stop exercise.
All right, we have one final set. Left leg either in front on the ground or lifted. Weight optional in front. Doing a little circle. Make sure those abs are engaged, ladies. This is your final set.
Begin set 4.
Did I hear you say that? All right, breathing throughout. I think we got a bonus round today. Woo! Keep those shoulders down, keep that chest open. Almost there, ladies, well done. Woo! Are we glowing? I'm glowing. I'm glowing even with the door open.
Stop
Oh,
exercise.
nice.
Your
Ladies,
training
well
is now
done.
complete.
Great job. Woo! All right, let's shake out those arms. Let's finish with a little chest opener, shoulders down, hands behind the hips. Couple deep breaths here. Make sure those knees are soft. Well done, ladies. Great job. Shoulders down. All right, let's shake out those arms. Inhales, you cross those arms in front. Exhales, you reach up tall to the ceiling. Squeezing those glutes if you like. Inhale, crossing the arms in front, little mini squat there. Exhale, reaching up nice and tall. Let's do one more deep breath in. And exhale, reaching up nice and tall to the ceiling. Great job, ladies.